My traumatized babies and mentally ill Barbies, the dawn is breaking on the stage that holds our final destiny. And so my traumatized babies and mentally ill Barbies, don't dream it, be it. Because the show must go on. And on today's episode, do you read Sutter Kane? If not, let me tell you all about it. Now, what I have here, I'm not really going to go into the under the deck energy because it is kind of reflective of what's on the board, but like somebody has been like locked down for a while. And I mean, like they've been locked down like to themselves, like they haven't been able to like go anywhere or do much of anything because they have a particular goal in mind. And if this is not y'all that I'm talking about, it's someone who like you are the goal, essentially, like you are the one that's going to be receiving this contact or a message from whoever this is. The person who wants to reach out to you has been like, I don't know, it seems like in a bad place, like for a while. And so what we're starting out with here in the first column is message, as well as the 5 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles. This person simultaneously, right? This means that the person who wants to reach out to you, they were in like a bad place. Like 5 of Pentacles, I'm not quite sure what the extent of that is. We'll look at it because it's being mirrored back in the next column as well. They've been in the 5 of Pentacles. Before they reach out to you, they want to be in the 9 of Pentacles, which could mean a lot of different things, but really what I'm thinking at the moment is that they want to be in a place of wholeness. So if there was like past trauma they needed to work through, if there were like substance use issues, if there was like past relationship stuff, figuring out mental health stuff and how to manage that very well on their own, or like even financial issues, whatever, credit card scores, all of that stuff. Whoever this is wanted to work that stuff out, get in a place of management and stability on their own before they contacted you. Now, what this would also mean is that the person who wanted to contact you for a while, they were in the 5 of Pentacles while y'all were already in the 9 of Pentacles. They looked over there and they were like, I can't come to a 9 of Pentacles person in the 5 of Pentacles. I at least got to be on 8, okay? I at least got to be like working and getting ready to move into the 9, okay? Because that's typically what you, and I mean, it's not perfect, right? But when you're looking to actually build something with another person that's like outside of just pleasure, but still even pleasure, when you're coming, like when it's mutual pleasure, you do kind of want people who are in a relative state of wholeness because they're also in a way more like free to give space physically when it is just temporary like mutual pleasure that y'all are creating together. This does not seem like that. This seems like something who wants to build something in some sort of relationship, whether that's a friendship, a business partnership, or a romantic relationship. And so this person was like, I can't be coming over here like this. I can't be coming over here busted because there's no way this person is going to give me the time of day if I do. And I'm not going to be able to create what I want from this state. So it's way more like the conversation when it comes to things like that is way more than what do I or what do they bring to the table. Like it's way deeper than that when you're looking to create a life with another person. And we can't always be looking at the other, well, what do they bring to the table? Well, what are we doing? What's going on? What do we want to create, right? And are we doing our utmost to create that on our own? Or are we like waiting for someone else to come and like help us do it or do it for us? And that's not to say that we can't like reach out for support from people, but we can get into headspaces where we think that like we flat out need a partner or we flat out need someone else before we can even start to act on certain things in our life. And that's kind of like that mental trap of, oh, I have to like before I can be happy, I've got to be like looking like a supermodel. I have to have all my clothes like matching and like all the accessories, and like I have to be like a skinny, like, you know, what, skinny legend before I even like have an ounce of happiness. I have to be a skinny legend before I like can have the type of love that I want in my life from another person, and it is just not true. And you'll like, and just by the way, right? Perfect never happens. If you have in your mind that I need to have things all like perfectly before I can start or before I can like receive what it is that I want to receive even energetically, you will always like be placing your happiness in the future and never in the present with you. So like just whoever needs the reminder, right? Because we all do, we can all slip back into that headspace if we're not like being mindful about it. So that's absolutely not the case. Nobody needs to be like some perfect person before they can have happiness or another relationship or start building a business, whatever it is. And you also don't need another person, like a romantic partner in your life, for you to start creating the momentum and the reality of that all on your own. Okay, so this person would have recognized that, and they would have started to do whatever taking care of that Five of Pentacles is. Because what we have here in the second column is bad health and the High Priestess. So something was going on with this person, and it flat out might have been a mental health is physical health, but we tend to like compartmentalize the two. This person might have needed, frankly, like an outpatient hospital thing. If this was substance use, this person might have needed to go to rehab. They might have needed to have gotten a sponsor. If this is someone who had serious mental health issues that they didn't understand, maybe somebody needed to go on a groupie sock vacation and really get some evaluations and get themselves in a stable place, so they're not bringing a whole bunch of like chaos and mess into another person's life. That while no, that's not anybody's fault, it still is our responsibility to be managing our mental health stuff as well as we're possibly able, okay? Because like this bad health, like sometimes the High Priestess like can in fact be a nurse. Like someone might have gotten into an accident with this Five of Pentacles here, and they needed to get into like a long-term like physical recovery process. I don't know. But what this is, if it's not like an actual illness or a mental health thing or anything like this, this person had to get into their own energy. They had to align themselves, and that typically is like, you can do that on your own depending on what it is, but if it's a significant thing, like you need like a therapist or a psychiatrist, something like that, or like a comparable thing. Like you can do that with like someone who's a spiritual leader within your community, but that has to be like, that has to be serious, right? Like people will try and throw like, oh, my pastor, and like their pastor, like they're doing their best, right? But their pastor like in no way is in a place where they can help navigate someone through like, let's say childhood essay, like that kind of stuff, okay? Like it takes a certain sort of person, and yes, with a certain sort of training and experience, to be able to sit with somebody in that, and then also like legitimately navigate them out of the mental spaces and thought loops and patterns that get like reinforced when something like that is going on throughout someone's childhood and adolescence and everything like that, okay? So I'm like you're saying, depending on the severity of what that is, I mean, this person would have had to have been taking like pretty significant steps for themselves. And so now what I have here in the third column is this toil and labor with the Page of Cups, the person doing the work, capital T, capital W, trademark the work, however it looked for them, doing it so they can get themselves in the position to talk to y'all, to make the contact, like however that's going to look. And then in our final column, what do we have here? Message of concern with the Four of Cups. Well, here comes that cup. Here comes that contact. Here comes that message to the recipient, to the person who's probably been in the Nine of Pentacles the whole time. And so the message, I don't know that it's a concerning message. It might be an unexpected message for whoever's receiving it. But this deck, the Kipper deck, only has message and message of concern. It like, there's no negative energy on that final column. It's just sort of like, that's unexpected, because like that's the only other message card that could come out for that deck. So we're bookended with the messages. And so now we'll go ahead and get some details on what is going on here. The Queen of Wands, well, someone was very motivated, right? But they're very motivated because they are attracted to somebody else. The Queen of Wands can also be a magician. If this person, I don't know if they are a practitioner or anything like that, but like the magician with the High Priestess, someone might have decided, depending on their frame, what they needed to do was perform magic in their lives, which means inner alchemy. We're doing inner work to see consistent, stable change on the outside of us. Because while we can change things just on the outside, it's actually, I'm saying it's a waste of energy. If you try to change things like just in materiality, you can do that, but typically if you're not simultaneously doing your inner work while you're rearranging things in the material, you're gonna expend way more energy trying to keep things like in place just on the material, because you actually haven't like arranged things in yourself that just allows those material changes to spring forth organically. That's why you'll see people like flinging back and forth like between like a few material states, because they're painting the roses red. They are moving the headstones and leaving the bodies. And I'd come up with another one, but now I can't remember what that was. Moving the headstones but leaving the bodies, painting the roses red. Rearranging the deck furniture, but the Titanic is still going down. That's the other one. So bad health and the High Priestess. Whatever it is, this person was determined to work through it. That bad health. That might be a work thing. It could be work-life balance. It could be something with money. But I'll dig in, because I do kind of want to know what this Five of Pentacles bad health thing is for this person. This doesn't feel like an exposing read by any stretch of the means, but there's like something in there. There's something in that bad health and Five of Pentacles, especially because that synchronicity is there. I'm just curious to know what this person has been working on all this time. All right, toil and labor, Page of Cups, Seven of Wands. So I just mean most of this is just this person being determined about what they're doing, like handling their stuff and keeping at it, even if they've been having setbacks or challenges or whatever. So I mean, that's all positive. And now we're ending at the Eight of Wands. So we're moving from the Seven of Wands to the Eight of Wands. That's the direct energy. This could be phone contact. These could be text messages. These could be emails. These could be DMs at the moment with the Four of Cups and the Eight of Wands. It's a lot of communication, or it could just mean I am now in the direct energy that I want to be in, both internally and externally, for me to be able to contact this other person in a serious way. Okay? So really, I don't know that we need to really go around again. Yeah, this person's doing some serious, serious internal work here. Shifting themselves internally, like to come to a place of fulfillment so that they can then like come into union with whoever it is in whatever capacity, okay? So let me go ahead and let's check out. I'm gonna put all of this to the side because we don't need to know a lot of what this is, but I do wanna know what this kind of bad health, we're gonna leave our High Priestess out. We already know that they've been doing the work, and then we'll look at this kind of last. So let me put our High Priestess over here. I would like to know if we can, what it is appropriate for us to know about this person's bad health, Five of Pentacles state. What was going on with this person? All right, what was going on with this person? Well, it's honestly not telling me. Might be irrelevant to the read, especially if you, like, I'm not feeling X energy on this, to be real with y'all. I'm not feeling it. And if this person has no past baggage with you, whatever they have been working towards getting themselves out of has got nothing to do with you. And they're not bringing it in when they come to talk to you. So it's sort of like, why are we bringing it up? It's not that person anymore. This person is now a different person. So I'll try one more time, but I've got the Wheel of Fortune, Temperance, Three of Wands, Justice. Until this person shifted themselves significantly, they weren't coming in over here. I'm not coming in until I am balanced. So, I mean, I think that's great. I'll see one more time. If it doesn't give me anything, it's none of our fucking business, and we're just gonna move on. I'll still look at whatever that High Priestess is, if it's gonna give me any information on that, but I think we already got that information from what I just said. The High Priestess is like everything that this person was doing. They might have been doing that work with someone else, I don't know. Bad health, it's just not, whatever it was, I example one on this Four of Cups that I've got here, it could possibly be overindulgence. When I say substances, that could be anything. I mean, it could be drinking, it could be chemicals, that could be food. This person, like, their Five of Pentacles might have been, like, what if this person had, like, really, really bad diabetes, okay? And they went, like, well, I kind of want to get it together. I don't want to bring, like, this level of, like, being, like, a diabetic, or maybe this person, like, wasn't at the weight that they wanted to be at. And so they were looking at all their habits and going, like, I'm not happy with this. I don't think this person over here is really gonna, like, indulge me with that, and I don't want to be this person anyway. And so I need to clear this all up. So this person might have been getting some sort of physical health condition, diabetes, some sort of, like, this doesn't strike me, if it is, like, drinking, this doesn't strike me as someone who is, like, a really, really bad alcoholic, but it's just, like, somebody who, like, maybe overindulged in drink. Especially if they drank alone, okay? Or it's someone who was overindulging in, like, the puff pass or whatever, all right? Because it is kind of like puffing and puff pass, could be that. So it's habits. Oh, I gotta get high all the time. Like, who is that, Tovlo? To bring me back to you. Ooh, 'cause I gotta be high all my life. Oh, I can't, she sings too high. But there was something else. There's some other song by her maybe that I'm not remembering. But I mean, it could be figuring out that kind of stuff. But what that Four of Cups is really striking me as is habits. That is the song, Habits. Habits that don't seem life-threatening to me. It just seems like I gotta clean this shit up. I gotta clean this shit up because, like, I want to be doing A, B, C, and D. Yeah, cleaning it up, strength. So this person just bossed up on themselves. This person figured it out. I'm telling you, there was nothing super crazy going on here. It's just sort of like, like, I gotta get my house in order. This person was listening to classic Jordan Peterson, okay? I gotta clean up my house, oh my gosh. But it's just sort of giving myself some structure here. And whatever they did, it is possible that they worked with other people. I don't know, like, they could, like, that's like a doctor, that's like a medical professional, that could be a mental health, or that could be any number of things. It could be a life coach, it could be a personal trainer. Like, this feels very just broad in general. This does not feel like somebody did not go on a grippy sock vacation, I don't think. But it was to put themselves into new energy. But that's also like, I gotta be like looking kind of like this and feeling like this for myself before I can come and talk to this other person. All right. And so then let's look at this High Priestess to see if there's anything relevant on that we need to see. You know that I gotta stay high all the time to keep from missing you. Ooh, ooh. See, I don't remember that she sings something about being in a bathtub, and like, I think like hooking up with people's dads. I forget. I like Tovlo though. Or at least the songs, like, I like her hits. Like, I don't be a fake fan for Tovlo. Like, her hits, those like top 10s that she came out with, I like that. So the High Priestess this is like other people that this person worked with. Oh my gosh, this is just nice. Like, this is a very like motivated individual, whoever this is. Motivated, stable, getting themselves together, self-reflective, realizing stuff, getting into the Nine of Pentacles, okay? The High Priestess it's probably a number of different people. This is this person's like support network. If these weren't professionals, this was like people getting feedback from friends and family who would have given them positive, critical feedback. They're kind of like, oh, well, if you want to be doing this with your life, then yeah, like you need to be doing A, B, C, and D. But these wouldn't have been people that would have shamed this person or anything like that, but they would have told them the truth. They would have told them the truth in a friendly way, and they also would have supported their friend, supported their family member, whoever this is, and saying, yeah, like they would have hyped them up. They would have been like, hey, you just need to do this, this, and this, and then you could totally like get into a relationship with that person as long as you have like it to give in you, right? I think that you and this person could be a really good match, but you just need to do this, this, and this. So there was something in this person's energy already that wouldn't have like prohibited them from coming into whatever relationship or friendship that they wanted. Okay, and that's also kind of what that high priestess means. Whatever this person was bringing forth from within themselves, it was there to bring forth. Like, this person wasn't looking at somebody who was totally like, and I know this is kind of like judgy energy when we say someone who's out of our league, okay? It's really just people who that we are incompatible with. There are a great many, like, I like myself as I am. Do I like make changes here and there to like what I'm doing? Yeah, sure, like for myself. But when I look at someone, right, sometimes I'll look at someone and I'll be like, oh, that person's like so attractive and like this and that. And then when I really look at them, I'm just like, me and that person, even if I was operating at like peak performance for Allison, that person is never going to be someone that I'm compatible with. That person is in fact out of my league, but the reason why they're out of my league is because they're living a lifestyle that I flat out don't want. Even if it looks very, very nice to me, I can tell by getting in that, just sensing that person, I'm just like, oh no, they're like doing something, like it's good for them, and yes, they're very attractive and everything else, but they're doing something that flat out, I'm just never, like, even if I worked real hard on myself, I'm never gonna be that person. It's simply not who I am. And that's what I mean by looking at someone and going, that person is out of my league. It doesn't really say anything about you other than you understand who you really are. Sorry, I had to take a call. Like, I had to pull my phone towards me, so if things are like looking off, that's why. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at if we can get anything out on this message that's like coming in, because I mean, oh, this all seems good to me. I don't know if we need to go digging around in the energy all that much. All right, our message, 9 of Cups. Well, this is something that this person very much wants to do. They're probably in real good energy when they're going to do this. 8 of Cups, it's like, yeah, it's like I am getting my energy where I want it to be, and then I'm going. And then I'm going over here to this person. Ace of Wands, to contact them. Okay, so, I mean, that's just like, I'll try to see if I can get the nature of this message, but y'all know, whenever I start trying to like get down into the nitty gritty details of that, it's kind of like, I don't know that I'm gonna get a super answer here, but we'll look. Like, what is this message or contact going to look like in general for the majority of the collective? Well, this might be in person. Potentially. What is that? It's kind of not telling me what it's gonna look like. It's kind of just telling me what this person's process has been. We do have the 6 of Cups underneath the deck. Initially what I pulled was Judgment, the Knight of Wands, and the 7 of Coins. And I was looking at the 7 of Coins like, what? And I have gotten this version of this message before. It's sort of like, this person has been in like a weird place where it's like somehow, and I'm guessing this person has to be able to like know you in real life or observe you in some kind of way, because this person for a while, right, has been going like, oh, I want to come in, and then like something will kind of come up and they're like, no, not yet. Or I want to, like, can I go now? No, I can't go now. It like, there is something where there's been a lot of like taking a step forward and then pulling back. And I don't mean that this person has made contact with you and they've been doing like a hot and cold thing. No, this person has been like going to make the contact and then like coming back and doing something else. Like that's kind of been what this person's thing is, because they've heard like whatever this is, it's something where it's like it's like of the Tao, right? It's in the energy. This person has felt called towards you, or else they wouldn't have gone through all of this fucking transformation. If somebody isn't like for you or whatever, they're not gonna do all of this shit. And then like all I'm saying is that like, you know, this is like a God type of thing, a Tao type of thing. When someone's changing all of this stuff that would benefit them anyway, but it's like in order to come to get with another person, that is something that's like aligned. And so this person would have heard the call, they would have understood that. And then they're like, well, I can't because of my energy or whatever it was that this person was like dealing with. And so then this is this like stop and start thing. So it's like, I need to, what I need to do is I need to do this, and I need to put an end to this. So this person ended a whole bunch of stuff. They had to make a whole bunch of decisions. Until they did that, they would have been blocked. They wouldn't have been able to come in until they handled all that. And then only after that would they have been able to move. 6 of Swords, Ace of Swords. Okay, so that was kind of like this weird sort of like, now I can, oh no I can't, now I can, no I can't, because what this 7 of Coins is the Magician and the 10 of Cups. This whole process has been them, like the 10 of Cups is like that 9 of Cups. And so it's really not telling me like what the message is going to look like, and it hasn't been. For some reason, whenever I have asked that question, it's sort of like, we're not going to tell you. So I'll try one more time, but if I just get the same shit, I'm just going to tell y'all I got the same shit. I'm not even going to bother going through the reading with you because it's stupid. Can you tell us what like our initial contact from this person will look like for a majority of the collective? It also might not tell me if there's not like a majority thing, and it's going to look differently for all of you. It is likely that this will be in person. What I have here is the 2 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. So when this person comes in, like that Queen of Pentacles is kind of giving me a little bit of the 9 of Pentacles, because the Queen of Pentacles is on her own here. When this person comes up to you, it will likely be in person, so y'all can create the 10 of Pentacles together. Okay, so, and I mean the Pentacle, that's all like, I don't know, I wouldn't completely rule out phone contact, but like it would be like somebody would have to have like your personal information, like a phone number, or you would have to be like mutuals on like whatever social media where they could be like directly contacting you and having a conversation if there's anything of like a phone involved in this. It might not be though. So can we get a timeline perhaps on like what it is? And like, here's the thing is that we've been getting no's on that as well, because it's dependent on this person's like energy work. And that's like, you just got to leave people to do that and not interfere with it. But I'll look. Oh, it's giving me 2. I'll look at the 2. Is that energy work? Like this person has to work on their energetic blockages, the heart blockages. I'll pull one more. It's been skewing towards like sooner rather than later. Like, yeah, it's this person has to get into alignment with the star. But like nothing else is coming out on that. So like I said, it's dependent on that person and their process. Typically it's looking like typically I've been saying for the people who are closest to a manifestation from a person like this, it would be sometime in 2024. And I've been getting stuff that's more like weeks and months as opposed to like an entire other year. But again, not everybody is on that most direct timeline within the 2024 cycle. You could very well be on the direct cycle for this in like 2026. Okay, so don't get too hung up about it. And also don't let any sort of reading, right, hold you back from dating, hold you back from meeting people. The last thing you ever want to do is to, because you've been getting like readings like this, sit and watch readings and like wait for something to happen. That's like, no, you know what y'all do when y'all do this? And like, I don't think anybody's doing anything purposefully. I think like all the readers are out here doing our best. But I think what we really need to be conscious of is creating spiritual spouses for people. If you are sitting and watching a whole bunch of readings about like a person who's coming in or a new person or whatever, and you're not like circulating within the energy, doing some circulation like socially or online, something like that, at least here and there, right? Getting into some sort of consistent habit with that. What's going on is that a reader can help you create a thought form of somebody, and you can in fact wed yourself to that thought form, and you can be pouring all of your attention and energy into a tulpa of someone. And if you are saying, I am fine with this fantasy version of this person that is existing in one of the many infinite realms of non-resistance, well then why would it bother to manifest for you in real life? And there are certain things about that where like we could be asking ourselves, why is it that we want this fantasy as opposed to reality? Because like anybody can read the energy of somebody coming in for you. The reality of everybody's situation is going to be looking different. And what I mean is that even if I'm reading for someone and I'm saying that like, oh, there's someone here in the energy and like it's somebody who is wealthy or like financially established or something like that, and they would very much like to come in and like support you and like create a relationship together. Me telling that story, while it's a true story, it does not include the day-to-day challenges that come along with any relationship. And just speaking as somebody who has been in long-term relationships where it was completely like the man like paying for everything and like taking me on trips and everything like that, we still had day-to-day challenges in our relationship. Okay, we still had issues, we still had problems. And what did I want to say about that? Oh, and also that scenario, if you've never experienced it, just by the by, it gets old. Like if y'all don't actually like want to create something, like those types of relationships, if y'all aren't together on moving them to the next level, that type of like, I'm buying you everything, I'm taking you out on trips, I promise you, y'all will get bored with it. You will get bored. And if y'all aren't creating anything together, whether that's looking like a business, a child, a marriage, something, it's like we gotta, like, these things need to keep evolving or they're going to die, or you're going to get bored and you're gonna wanna go create something with somebody else. That's just to let you know that, is that scenario gets pitched as this sort of fantasy scenario. And if you've never experienced it in reality, you kind of like don't know that like you'll end up feeling that way. I promise you. And most people who I have talked to who have had that scenario either which way, they will say like, oh yeah, like it was fun for a while, but then it just, and no matter who it is either, I've talked to men who have been in that scenario where they're the ones doing like all of the paying and they have a good time with that too. But they'll talk to you realistically about, yeah, like it was fun for a while, but then I actually wanted to do something different. And it's the same thing for like the women who are maybe on the receiving end, or if it's completely reversed, if it's a man who is kind of more of the one who's being provided for and it's a woman doing the providing. I promise. So I just wanted to establish that, that if you're looking to manifest something like that, a read is probably never going to be as in depth as obviously a real person would be. Like these are real people that we're talking about. And we always want to consider that like real people have real issues going on. And so, you know, we as readers like can't really get into that with like everybody. We can get into it like a little bit, of course, but that's why I'm always saying like don't listen to the reads every day. Don't listen to a ton of readers, because you want to be out there creating the life that you most prefer. And that happens, it can happen some online, I mean, because it's for the content creators and all of that. But if you're not content creating, if you have an entirely other thing that you're looking to create, the point of the read is just to give you a little bit of motivation, to give you a little bit of energetic feedback, and so that you get out into the real world and start like creating things on your own. And typically for the relationship stuff, for the collective, the only thing that I've been seeing come back is this is what you would need to do in order to bring this particular relationship manifestation in. It has just been live your life. Create the things that you want to create independently of this person. I haven't seen any kind of like crazy, like, oh God, y'all need to go to like 1,000,000 years of therapy or whatever. But if you know that's something that you want to do, by all means, go do it. And this person is going to align with you and meet you along the way. Okay, so I don't know that I really super need to get anything else out about this person. So we're going to go ahead and move into the final advice outcome. So, final advice outcome. Oh my gosh. Well, it's this person. Oh my. Oh my. Like, hold on, let me get one on that. It's positive, but I'm just like, good Lord. I normally get this. This person might have a little bit of an obsession with y'all, a little bit of an obsession, right? Or an obsession with like being able to like make the contact. It's a little bit of like champing at the bit energy, which I understand. Yeah. Aw, this is nice. Okay, so final advice outcome. It's really the same story all over again. Whoever this person is, they had a lot of stuff to like end. Close out, put to bed, whatever, so they could travel. Six of Swords. And now the last two cards that I had, I'm going to show you what I pulled. It was this Devil, Ace of Wands. This person's probably thirsty as all get out. I don't know, you know. But this is kind of pursuing energy as well. If we're especially talking about a man, the dragon energy, the chi, the pursuing energy, that's like alive and well over here apparently. And we were kind of looking if this is the kingdom spouse person, if they're in the mix here, they've been working out like, you know, the dragon energy. And so, but what this devil also is like kind of obsessing over their own vision, obsessing over their own result of getting themselves where they want to be so they can finally, like Ace of Wands, make the contact. What is that Ace of Wands? It's a happy union. It's a happy, like I'm closing out this cycle of not being with this person. That's what that is. And I am being called to pull one more thing before we close with the Sun and the Father. It might be some kind of final message. I don't know. I don't know. It's just, let me look at this. I don't know. There's just something about this where it's like, whoever this is or whoever y'all are, it's sort of like the energy cannot be denied. Because this moon at the moment, this is sort of like, it's striking me way more as like a magnetic pull, especially with this Wheel of Fortune and the Fool. It's like the Fool is being drawn. That's why I'm saying like this is very like, it is of the Tao, the blessings of God or the hand of God is on it. It's just something that cannot be denied in the energy, okay? So I wouldn't worry about it, is the thing, because if that's true, then it's manifesting, and there's nothing that you'll have to do. It's especially if it's like a kingdom spouse, soulmate, all that junk. If your books are written if your names are written in the book of life, then it's going to manifest. Like, I don't know, I can't tell. It's in the end. If it's in the energy, then it's going to be in materiality. So, all right, we're getting Jesus on it. Jesus says, you will be blessed. I held it up just so you know. You will be blessed, okay? So quit worrying. You'll be blessed. You'll be blessed. Jesus also says, be encouraged, my child. Your sins are forgiven. Sins just means misalignment. It means like a knot in the energy. That is what a sin is. It has nothing to do with morality for the most part. And there's nothing you need to feel guilty over either. Sins being forgiven means that like things are coming into alignment. So this is also referencing this person's energetic work, okay? They're sins. It's not anything bad that this person is doing. It's whatever was creating an energetic or material obstruction to your union, all right? Jesus finally says, I am with you always to the end of the age. Likely this is somebody, I would guess you're gonna, if it's not the only way that this wouldn't be a marriage, like a legal marriage, is if y'all flat out know y'all don't want a legal marriage, okay? And there are plenty, like I know plenty of people who are in like hardcore, very committed relationships who just don't feel like going through all of like the legal stuff, usually because they've already done it before. And so they've had the experience and they know that they can have the relationship that they want without it. But if y'all super want the legal marriage, especially if you're having children, okay? If you know children are something you want to create for yourself, get the documentation, all right? Or if you're going to be sharing property or finances with anyone, I don't give a fuck, get the documentation, right? You really don't want to leave yourself in a situation like that. So let's go ahead and close out with the highest authority. That highest authority, of course, being Bob, our Father who art in heaven. We close with the word of Bob that is good all the time. All right, Bob says, anytime you learn, you gain. That's talking about this person going through whatever they're going through. They took a long time to like process certain things, learn from their past experiences, and get all of like the juice out of it, right? Because it's true. There is no real like, this was a waste of my time. And I know like there are some situations that seem that way. There is no experience that is a total waste of your time as long as you are learning something from it and taking that lesson into your present and also into your future, all right? Bob also says, this is not something you should labor over or worry about. What I say. What did I say? Bob is coming up and supporting me. This is not something you should labor over or worry about. Enjoy it. If painting does nothing else, it should make you happy. None of this, there's nothing you need to do on any of this. There's nothing. Like y'all are, like, this is your read. Y'all are just gonna come together, all right? So don't even worry, like I gotta self-improve and I gotta do this and I gotta do that. No, you don't. All you need to do is enjoy your fucking life, okay? That's what it's all about, enjoying life to the best that you're able. Okay, Bob finally says, just let go and fall like a little waterfall. Don't worry about it. Do your little trust fall in the energy. This person is going to come in and like just enjoy yourself between here and there. So my traumatized babies and mentally ill Barbies, this is reality and I am your GM, your game master for this, the game of life. I'm also, of course, the greatest magician of the age and perhaps the greatest magician of all time. And together, you and I will perform the greatest magic trick of all time. We will reverse the polarities of the world, make America great for once, fly this boat to the moon somehow, shift our world onto the mega happy timeline, perhaps leaving it a much better place than it ever has been before. Because we are, my traumatized babies and mentally ill Barbies, crawling on the planet's face, some insects called the human race, lost in time and lost in space. End me.